But I wanted to show you guys how I make my guacamole. So first and foremost, if you have a molcajete, it's really, really nice. So it's basically like an extra large mortar and pestle. And I just put the garlic cloves in. I squish them so that it still has the wrapper on it. And I squish it right in there. I just give it one nice pop. And I have 4 cloves of garlic in here right now. And I just take the papers off after it's been squished up a little bit. And most of the time I'm not going to do it today because I'm in a I have a pool party to get to. But most of the time I'll save the garlic ends, or yeah, any ends of the garlic, any ends of the onion that I'm putting in, and I'll save it and put it into my freezer bag that has a bunch of bones and scrap, whatever. Okay. So we're just going to have all of these depapered, dehusked, and I just go in and smush it with my mortar and pestle. In this case, it's an actual molcajete. I got it from Costco many years ago. I just get it all crunched up. Most people really like a lot of garlic, so, you know, to taste, at least 2 cloves. And then I have some chopped up red onion, which will make it really pretty in this. Let me take my little corns out. And I have some more onion that I'm going to be, hello, Wyatt Benson. Hello, happy 4th of July, everybody. I'm heading out to a pool party and I'm making guacamole. So I just have a red onion, which I prefer to eat fresh because they have like a nice sweet flavor. And these are the pieces that I would save and throw into my freezer bag so that I can use for broths for the winter. I hope everyone's having a good 4th. What are you guys up to today? If you're in America, if not, I don't know what you would be doing. So please share. I'd be interested to hear. Okay. Now, if some paper gets in there, it's fine. I'm going to dice these up fine because I'm also going to put some into my mango pico de gallo that I made. So I have some Mexican cream, sour cream. And then I also made this earlier today. I made this beautiful, bright mango pico de gallo. It smells very jalapeno-y. But I'll have to sample it to see how it tastes. Okay, no, Wyatt just says hi. All right. I don't really do a lot of things on 4th of July. I just happened to get invited to a pool party, so I don't really go watch fireworks or anything like that. I just kind of do whatever. But we're having barbecue chicken. Somebody made some beans. Somebody's bringing watermelon. We've got lots of games, dominoes, cornhole, and I don't know, all kinds of other games, music, pool. So I'm just adding my onions in here because I forgot to add them in earlier. Now it is a little labor of love to make these. Maybe I'll just keep the corn so as not to be strange. Okay, so now that I've got my onions in there, I'm just going to give it a quick little squish in to kind of incorporate it. Okay. And now I'm going to take my avocados. I have 6 of them here, but I also have 2 more just in case I want to add some in. So I just cut around and then I twist it off. So it should have a nice, really bright green color. Okay, just twist. You can see these are really, really nice, nicely made, fresh. They're still a little bit firm, but they have a slight give to them. So now in my guacamole, it's really funny how I got into making guacamole. So I had a friend in 2010, and he was like, I spent a lot of time perfecting my guacamole. And I was like, oh, that's such a novel thing, like just to become really good at making one certain thing. And so I was like, well, I want to get on that bandwagon. So I ended up trying out a few different recipes. So the things that I like to put in it are garlic powder, just to add a little bit extra garlic kick, and I kind of do it to taste. Cumin, because I just love the flavor of cumin. Sometimes I'll put a little bit of crushed red pepper in it, but I have this habanero chili powder, and it's a salt. And so that's basically dried jalapeno powder with a little bit of salt in it. And habaneros are a little spicier than jalapenos, which are also in the pico. But I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit in, taste it to see, like, do I need to add more or not? Okay. And I'm just lightly, like, cutting alongside the skin of the avocado and just making like a little grid pattern in there. So I'll just do that with all of these to make it really easy. And then I'll get a spoon and then I'll scoop it out. I've made this so many times and I've had so many requests for my guac. I'm very particular about how it tastes. Hi, Kindred. I know, cooking. Which one's smart? Gridding it up. And I don't even really like move the knife very much. I just move my hand. You can see I'm moving my hand and just allowing my hand to kind of dictate where that knife is going to go. So with the seed, I usually just kind of chop in the side, just give it a little hack, and then twist it slightly, and then it comes out. Now I'll save the seeds, and I'll put a couple seeds in the guacamole when I'm done so that it kind of keeps it from turning brown. That and any acid. So if you're going to put some lime is the best, but if you want to put some lemon juice in it, I'm going to put a little squeeze of lemon juice and put some more lime in it when I get to the party, because I did not grab limes and I'm not going back to the store just to get some limes. So I'll just save these avocado seeds to the side. Can you guys see? Am I getting it in shot? Okay, here we go. Okay. Let's just get these seeds out. And usually I pick the most kind of cuter looking seeds. You can see this one kind of split open. Happy 4th of July, Queen of Eagles! Yes, it makes it easier to get the avocado from its peel. I would usually use a spoon around the outer edges, but this is a way easier way. You're welcome. And I was like, I should go live. I was going to go live making the pico, the mango pico de gallo, I just kind of felt a little bit rushed earlier. I was going to meet my son really quick. So, Queen is here. How was your birthday, Queen? Abigail. How's everybody's 4th going? America is officially 250 years old. Such an interesting experiment America is. Okay, so get a nice visual. And this kind is kind of fat and chunky, so let's see if we can twist them out of there. That was actually pretty ASMR right there. Okay. And this one is nice and thick. So we're going to do a vibe check once we get all this pulled away. So now I'm going to take a spoon, just any spoon, and I'm just going to go in and pop it out of there. Okay, and then got that. I don't know why let's see if I can get it to work. Nope, it doesn't want to work. So I'm just scooping it into my molcajete. Now you can find molcajetes if you are on the hunt for them. I got this for less than $10 at Costco a few years ago, and I think it was probably like 10 years ago, let's be real. And I'm really disappointed that I didn't buy extras and give them away as gifts for people and keep them around, because they just, really all I use it for is guacamole. So you can see, and it's pretty heavy. I'd say it's probably like 20 pounds. So it's not a small thing to tug around in life, but it does work really, really well to make guacamole. I don't know what you're supposed to do in this hallway. We barbecue. Birthday was so good. Have very spiritual experience driving around Utah. Oh my gosh, I love Utah. Is your day going well for holidays? I'm in Canada, so I don't have that day. Yeah. It's kind of interesting. I always think, because don't you have another holiday like on the 1st? July 1st? Oh, Mike's here. Happy 4th. Mike is in the house. Okay. So we're just going to vibe check. And you can see it's kind of getting a little overwhelmed in here, huh? So now I'll just take this and I'll squish it down just to kind of get an idea of how much we've got here. Getting a ripe avocado is the best, like not overripe because it kind of has this flavor to it, and not underripe because then it's just going to be really hard and it's not going to turn into that beautiful guacamole texture that we really come to love about guacamole. So we kind of just punched it down by squishing it up. Yes, to barbecue. I'm so hungry. Yeah, me too. Canada Day, but I didn't do anything. Yeah, I knew that there was a day. I was like, I'm pretty certain there's something because, Canadian Thanksgiving is at the beginning of October. I'm so excited, you guys. I just finished week 6 of HIIT workouts, and to celebrate, I bought some, for celebrating my consistency, not anything else, but just consistency of showing up at the gym. I bought some new workout clothes, and I also bought some of those little hand things, like when you're lifting, you put those little hand gloves with the fingerless ones. I don't know what they're called. And then I got some, oh, I didn't cut that one up. I also got some booty bands to do some workouts at home to help strengthen my legs. My knees are just, are doing a thing. And I'm like, let's not do that. Can you guys see this okay? I think so. Now, I like a little bit of chunk of avocado chunk to it, so mash it until it's like completely soft. But we still have a bit more cutting up to do, okay? So now you can see it's a really beautiful green. They canceled fireworks because usually they see them, but because they raised the price, it's really expensive. They couldn't afford it all. I can see what you're doing. Oh, good. All right. So before I mix it up all the way, I'm just going to add some seasonings into my guac. And then the only other thing I might add is some cilantro. Now, cilantro is a debatable thing because some people don't like the flavor of cilantro. And I added it to the mango pico, but I am kind of up in the air. I love cilantro, so I always add it to everything that I can. So I just take it and I just trim from my little tree here. It's the best way to keep it from getting soggy in the fridge. So it's just like in water, and we're just getting the parts we want, you know? And it's already been cleaned. I made some yum bowls the other day. I don't know if you guys know what that is. It's like a rice and bean bowl with some, like a vegan chickpea sauce that goes with it. It's really good. It's like nutritional yeast and chickpea sauce, and just really filling. It has good protein in it. If you're just like, I don't know, I haven't really been wanting to eat a lot of meat, but I do need to get protein in as I'm building muscle. Okay. I think the other thing that's kind of debatable on whether or not it goes in a guacamole is cumin. Some people are really particular about cumin. I love cumin. It's probably one of my top 3 favorite spices in the spice cabinet. So, cumin. And I haven't added any salt to either of the things. I'm going to taste it before I do with the chip. But I have this habanero salt. Well, we're just going to empty it in there. So this is just ground habanero and salt, like pink salt. Okay. So now that I've added those in there, I'm just going to continue mixing this up. we're not done, but I'm going to add a little bit of salt and pepper. I'm just using basic black pepper. And we're going to add it in here too. Now, if you wanted to be fancy, you can add whiter pink peppers to it. Either are good. I'm pretty satisfied with just a black pepper. Okay, and then we're going to add some salt into it, and I just have some Maldone's finishing salt. It's kind of like really flaky. Add a little bit, and then if I need to add more, because the chips need just that little salt to take you to Flavor Town, then I'm going to do that. Flavor Town. Isn't that what Guy Fieri said? Let's see. We need sample tastings. Yes to cilantro. Yeah, I love it. Cilantro is pretty mean to me. I'm not getting used to the taste of it, but I think once I start eating it a lot, I'll get used to it. Yeah, I love cilantro. Me, because I have to fine cut it at my job. Oh, what does cumin taste like? I've never heard of it. So cumin is an herb. It kind of looks like a little bit of like a fennel or a carrot seed. And it has this it's used a lot in chili. So cumin kind of brings that flavor home. It's almost like it's like a smoky, sharp, sweet, aromatic that you would put into like chilies. And I like to put it into my guacamole, into my picos, because it just adds a flavor profile in there that is just, I love it. But a lot of people may not like it as much. Sounds amazing. Yeah, it's very good. Okay. Now, I didn't grab any chips, but I do want to taste these. And I'm just mixing that onion that I put in here and just giving it a nice, this is the pico mango de gallo that I made, and just giving it a really nice toss. I put a little bit of lemon in here, but it might need some more citrus to really help. Kind of cooks it down a little bit. So this has jalapeno, tomato, mango, red onion, cilantro, and spices in it. And this is, I think, 4 mangoes worth of pico de gallo. So let's just give it a little taste. Now, I will tell you, I make this like every season I make it. I don't have my light on, so it's not as pretty. Yes, I have some lights on. But it's nice and fresh. This has like a little bite of everything in it. So you got mangoes and tomatoes and whatever. It's got some heat. It's coming on. Not too much. From the jalapeno. It's got that nice mango flavor, of course, and then, you know, you dip in that cilantro, and that's really good. I would say it's probably a medium hot, if I was going to guess a thing about it. So that will be appreciated at the party. Now let's take a dip and see what our guacamole tastes like. Needs more salt. I'm even thinking of like eating it with a chip that's salted. Still needs a little bit of salt. The onion flavor is really good in there. I think it needs a little bit more garlic. I always start off with a little because you can add, but you can't subtract. If I was going to add to like break the flavor because it's too powerful in one area, I would just add another avocado in there. I don't want to do that. Oh, that's not. I don't think I'm going to bother with that. It's so windy here and so mild. Okay, so I added a little bit more seasoning in there, and I don't want to mush it up too much. I like to have chunks, like I said, of avocado that shine in my guacamole. But I do want to give it a nice stir, so I'm just using the spoon right now. And I won't add the avocado seeds until I have the flavor perfected. So let's have another taste. Now I'm tasting it, and I'm like trying to decide if I'm going to add any more spices or seasonings to it. That's really good. Here in Oregon, they make this garlic lovers garlic. And it's just garlic oil, dried garlic, dehydrated garlic oil, parsley, and other herbs in it. So you can kind of see it's like minced garlic, but it has all these beautiful like herbs in it. You can definitely taste like the and see the parsley that's in it. But I'm just gonna add a little bit of this, and it'll rehydrate. And you know what else this is missing? A little bit of lemon, a little bit of citrus, and right now all I have is some just basic lemon juice. And I'll squeeze some more lime into it when I get to the party. Because of course there's going to be tequila. And that lemon juice is going to help rehydrate the dehydrated garlic that we put in there. And I did add some of this into the pico, but the pico is just, that flavor is peak. So we don't need to add any more to it. Okay, so now it's like a little bit more softer of a consistency. And as it sits, those flavors are going to meld together. It's perfect. Garlicky, cumin. Pepper. Those chunks of avocado are just popping, just like melting in your mouth. Exactly what you want for your guacamole. There's so many different ways to make it. This is how I make mine. Some people put tomatoes in theirs. I have tomatoes in my pico, so if people want that, they can have that. And then if you have a Mexican store, grocery around, get the Mexican sour cream. So it's called crema mexicana, and it goes so well with the mango pico de gallo. I can't tell you guys how amazing it is. It would, if you love fish tacos, make the mango pico de gallo, add some of this Mexican sour cream. It's just got a different culture than just basic sour cream that you would buy in a grocery store. The culture is just, it adds a little je ne sais quoi to it. to your dish. And so like it would be so good on fish tacos, which is one of my favorite ways to have it. Or I just like to have a little, I'll make a little, you know, salsa cup, and then I'll just put a dab of the Mexican sour cream on it, and then just eat that like a chips and dip. Perfect. Now I'm got to get to my party. So the last thing I'm going to do is just give it a nice final stir. Okay, and then I'm just going to choose the best looking avocado pits, and I'm going to throw them in here and just, I don't know if it really does a thing, but so I've heard, and I believe in the wives' tales, so I'm just going to go with it, right? Okay. It's pleasurable. Pleasurable to the palate, so always be tasting. Add little bits at a time until you get there. Put the pits in afterwards. They're not edible. Some people have tried to eat them. I've watched it. And then if you have a molcajete, this is what it's going to look like. I don't even know how much this like holds, but it's a nice big dish. So it'll be very, people will love it. Okay, and then I'm just going to add my batter in there. Probably didn't need to actually, but whatever, it'll look nice. Anyways, I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for joining. I hope you follow and subscribe to my channel. I do episodes every Tuesday at 5:30 Pacific time. It's daylight time right now, and I would love to have you be a part of that. And I will see you guys on Tuesday. Happy 4th. Please be safe, and I love you guys so much. Bye, Kindred. Bye.